Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Resonating Truths, the podcast where we explore culture and stories that make you think, dance, and maybe even evaluate that awkward Thanksgiving dinner. I'm your host, Jynnelle Janzen, and joining me is my co-host and lovely sister-in-law, Jynnelle Janzen. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge our presence on the traditional and unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan people, in which we are honored to live, work, and play here in Kelowna, BC.
Thanks, Jynnelle. I'm excited to get the opportunity to be a part of this podcast. So today, we are diving deep into the electrifying world of the Holluci. This Canadian Indigenous music group, formerly known as A Tribe Called Red, is flipping the script on tradition by mixing beats that make you want to move with messages that make you want to pause. The band's current and former members come from all different Indigenous backgrounds. We have DJ Bear Witness is from the Cayuga Nation, and Tim Toolman Hill is proudly Mohawk of the Six Nation Grand River. They are truly relating to not only Indigenous groups, but also youth by blending their traditional sounds and lyrics with hip-hop and EDM, groundbreaking music that will move you.
That's right, Tia. Their hit song, Burn Your Village to the Ground, is a serious game changer. It critiques the sanitized story of Thanksgiving, celebrates Indigenous resilience, and features a spine-chilling spoken word performance by the late John Trudell. Trust me, folks, this episode is going to make you think twice about your cranberry sauce.
Yeah, and maybe make you add a protest sign to your holiday decor. So let's break it down.
Sometimes they have to kill us. They have to kill us. Because they can't break our spirit.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant, or should I say turkey, in the room. What's the deal with this song title?
It's bold, isn't it? But it's meant to shake people awake. The Holluci uses it to challenge the romanticized Thanksgiving narrative we've all been fed since kindergarten. You know, the whole Pilgrim and Indians kumbaya story?
Oh yeah. You mean the one where the pilgrims forgot to mention the smallpox and land theft?
Exactly. This song flips the script. It's not about bitterness. It's about reclaiming the truth and celebrating Indigenous resistance. And can we talk about John Trudell's line in the outro of this song? Sometimes they have to kill us. They have to kill us because they can't break our spirit. It's so powerful, it gives me the chills.
Same. It's such a powerful image, rejecting assimilation and taking back their narrative. It's like a mic drop wrapped in a fading drum beat, really left my mind feeling sad yet humbled all at once.
Speaking of mic drops, let's dive into some of these lyrics. John Trudell's small yet moving role in this track, shall we? His voice adds so much depth. Let's also not forget to give tribute to the hundreds of Indigenous women murdered or missing in Canada that the unknown reporter mentions in the song. It really is, like she says, a haunting national disgrace with no solution in sight. It seems they've totally stopped reporting on these matters in the news that are of utmost importance even today. I'm glad they brought light to this very heartbreaking topic. We cannot let society forget these women.
I completely agree with you on that, Tia. The Indigenous communities have gone through so much pain and suffering in the past. And as also mentioned in the song, even today most Indigenous communities still don't have adequate water supply. It really is outrageous. But to flip the script a little, you know what is amazing? How the outro spoken words really fit perfectly with the beat of the music. It really does hit me differently, like a wake-up call that all the people need.
Right? Specifically, Trudell's words have a timeless quality. They're raw, unapologetic, and full of power. His voice isn't just narrating a truth, it's demanding action. You can feel the weight of history in every syllable.
And the Holluci takes his words and amplifies them with those beats. It's like they're saying, if you're not listening, we'll make sure you hear us. It really gives a genius way to end this song. I also have to add some praise for Wednesday Addams. Gotta love that historical Hollywood line she dishes out at the Thanksgiving scene at the Christian camp in the movie, The Addams Family. Totally makes this song hit to the core for sure. And so perfectly placed in the beginning of the song, it really makes you think, hey?
And all while making us dance. Multitasking at its finest.
Before we move on, let's take a moment for our sponsor. Let's give a shout out to TRC BI Services, bringing socialization, life skills, and community together for kids with disabilities.
Help you and burn your village to the ground.
All right, let's talk about the music itself. Jynnelle, do you think they managed to blend traditional Indigenous sound with modern EDM so seamlessly?
I think it's their deep respect for both the sounds and the message. They're not just sampling, they're honoring the culture as well. Every drum beat, every chant, it's all intentional, deeply spiritual. And then they throw in the EDM to make it fresh for today's young audience.
Exactly. It's a celebration of their culture, not a remix. Plus, they're showing that tradition isn't static. It's alive and evolving, just like their music.
And let's be real, they've basically created a new genre of music. They're like the Lady Gaga of the Indigenous fusion music.
Totally. I've never thought about it that way. The hallucination making Indigenous culture cool since day one.
Well, peeps, that's all for today. A huge thank you to my sister-in-law for co-hosting with me today, and to the Holluci Nation for inspiring this episode. And an even bigger thank you to all our listeners for tuning in.
Don't forget to check out Burn Your Village to the Ground and explore more of their music. You won't be sad you did, trust us. It's a vibe and a lesson all rolled into one.
Join us next week when we chat with Bell Hooks about the role of art in activism. Until then, stay curious, stay critical, and keep on dancing.
Taking the land which is rightfully ours. Years from now, my people will be forced to live in mobile homes on reservations. Your people will wear cardigans and drink highballs. We will sell our bracelets by the roadsides. You will play golf and enjoy hot hors d'oeuvres. My people will have pain and degradation. Your people will have stick shifts